So Josiah Falaise put out a video the other day where he was basically talking about how like a vehicle is designed around a tire, and so when they change the tire, they also change the vehicle to accommodate the tire. And I have never actually seen somebody who's in like the motorsport aftermarket side so accurately capture what it is that tire development actually is and vehicle development actually is with respect to the tire. So I had to talk about it. So here's the thing. I have been doing OEM tire development for, I don't know, like 10 years now. And I've realized that the vast majority of people actually have no idea how this works. So the basics is like if we break it down into two columns, the vehicle and the tire, what actually happens here is that the vehicle manufacturer is going to come out and they're going to be like, hey, we know the mass-ish of the car we're going to build. We roughly know the packaging of the car that we're going to build, which kind of tells us how big of tires we can actually use. And we know like what we want the fuel economy to be. And so they come up with a list of things they want the vehicle to be. Keeping in mind, the vehicle hasn't been designed, right? This is all in theory. This is all stuff they want it to do. And then they go to the tire suppliers and they're like, hey, what you got, buddy? But I don't mean like, hey, what you got that you can sell us right now. That's not how this works. They go, hey, here's all the targets. What do you think you can do to hit those targets and to make us a tire that's super special for me? And then the tire suppliers, they get all that information together and they're like, okay, here's all the targets you gave us and here's what we think we can do. And by the way, here's the tire line that it's going to be on and oh, here's how much it's going to cost you. And they pick a tire. And that's going to tell you what the tire supplier is going to be and what tire line that's going to be built on. And this is the thing a lot of people don't understand is that just because I've got like, I don't know, using, for example, a Continental Pro Contact TX. One Pro Contact TX is not going to be the same as a different Pro Contact TX that's maybe in a different size because this one was developed for the Ford Maverick and this one was developed for the GMC Terrain and this one was developed for the Kia Optima and this one was developed for the blah, 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 because that is how the OEM side of tire development actually works. And so now that that's been picked, the tire supplier's like, okay, I'm going to go make it. And so they go make a mold and they pick all the components that are going to go in it and they build like 5 or 6 of them, right? After doing a whole bunch of simulation, they go, hey, here's 5 tires. I want you to go ride those tires and go test like the rolling resistance and the stopping distance and stuff because we're pretty sure, but we're not 100% sure how it's going to work. And so then they put them on the car and they go do like ride and handling and a bunch of noise evaluations and stuff. And then they come back and they're like, hey, I liked this one the best, but it wasn't perfect. Go back and do it again. And then we do that process of doing it again and again until, I don't know, we hit like 3 or 4 tries. And finally we go, okay, this is the tire that's going to go on the car. And so the main point here is that Josiah is like actually absolutely correct here and completely nailed the truth of it is that the car and the tire are developed together. So when he says, yes, I am changing the tire, therefore I need to accommodate the vehicle to the tire, that is absolutely the way that you should be thinking about how tires work in conjunction with your car.